We expect to see how the teams will be working out against Suleiman Abashi.
He's not really had quite a number of balls to save, especially with this man on the bench today. If you are the first choice goalkeeper, if you've been selected to start this game, definitely there will be some pressure on you, to try and prove everyone that you're equally good. Because it's never in doubt that Benjamin Asari is always Hearts of Oak's #1 and captain, but for Solomon Akbasi, you've had a section of the Hearts of Oak fan base making a case for him to also be part of the Black Stars team to the World Cup, and that's why from time to time the head coach always has him in this plant, and today he really has something to prove here in this game.
Good left touch there from Accra. Other team trying to search forward. Lovely piece of work now from Emmanuel Sefa. Accra once again giving it back to the Cherry. Bechem United. Sefa once again. Scott Damu to beat now. Not too sure what the plan there was for Sefa again. Unable to move their way behind the back line of Hearts of Oak and having it very much difficult to do so. Hearts of Oak yet to drop point against Bechem United at home in the last 2 encounters. Again, there will be a little bit of a history there for the side to do so, interestingly. I haven't seen a lot of the hard work there from the coach, Kobne Misa, and the assistant coaches. And a bit of a shocking story there for Bechem United in terms of what they've been able to do in the Premier League and their position so far.
That was definitely, for a side like Bechem United, that's one of the sides that in recent years, you talk about being consistent in the top 4, and they've always been there, and over the years, it's been a drop in quality for them, as far as these top players, Konkoni, Clinton Dodu, all these players coming through Bechem United, but then not with the team anymore. And for Hearts of Oak, you're thinking, there should be motivation for you, especially when you want to close it. There should be motivation for you. You've seen the likes, of Abdul Karim trying to set forward, playing some forward passes as well, but nothing really, clinical. Like I said, the final balls have always lacked quality.
Bechem United really had a very poor start to the season with we saw them go their last 5 matches without a win. They suffered a 3 losses, 2-1 to Gold Stars, 1-0 to Hearts of Lions, and 2-1 defeat to Adriana Stars, and 2 draws with Holy Stars and Hearts of Oak during their difficult moment. The appointment of coach Misa and Malam Yaya really making a lot of difference there for Bechem United. Put them in the poor position now. Mauli Wayo is the target here, and unable to control well, but just eluding him.
Again, we talk about the quality of the final balls, and again, a lovely whip into the box of Mauli just not knowing what to do now, trying to trap it for a second. I think that was a bit of a hit from Kweku Boateng, and he's really working some magic with his left foot, showing that, in swinging cross, trying to find Ali Mohammed no long ago. Then this one as well, trying to find Mauli Wayo, and one moment of brilliance, one moment of one quality pass could really be what Hearts of Oak would need now.
Again, we have to see how the Phobians are able to get themselves away from any difficult moments in the game. Sometimes one of the difficult moments there again for them is how they are able to change the game plans and tactical switches in the introduction of new coaches. Again, having no CSB sitting out for Gordon Kujo, who deputizes for him anytime he's not part of the game. And he's also formed a very good partnership there with Ali Mohammed with Adamu here for Hearts of Oak. Left foot trying to cut in beautifully. Now the Phobians once again have possession. And now trying to send the ball back again for Ali Mohammed to drop it deep into the 18-yard box of Bechem United, and declared away by again to the half of Hearts of Oak. And once again, almost all the players of Bechem United in the other half, and Hearts of Oak having a bit of a holiday here. It's a sunset beach holiday for the Phobians. Ali Mohammed trying to find a way to get the ball straight into very dangerous areas, Raphael and Ponsar, and then you have Gordon. And again, you have to see how best they can control the midfield. Pretty neat and simple. Hearts of Oak, Ali Mohammed once again. Switching play, finds Adamu on the left. A lot of spaces for him. And Okra trying to trap back to defend his lines. He's been surrounded by plenty players, and Mauli Wayo once again goes in. And Bechem United once again delivering dangerously in their own half.
Yeah, Hearts of Oak pinning them down to their own box. It's becoming a bit suffocating for them now. to even try to break away. And you can see Augustine Okra dropping deeper to help with defensive duties as well.
And to half an hour here at the Legon Stadium. I'm trying to see how best the teams can play their part and win matches. Bechem United have been a good story there for them.
They've been awful in the away games. You talk about Bechem United, and it's one of the things that you'd hope to work on, especially for a team that's battling relegation, a team that isn't entirely safe from the dogfight. You would always want to up your game in big games like this, and they've been one of the sides that would always, make Hearts of Oak sweat for 80 points at all. They win in a reverse fixture. That goalless draw was a game that they could have won as well. They just threw everything at Hearts of Oak, but just couldn't find a way in such an away game. Yeah, you'd want to play with a low block, but you just need to take your chances, and they'll be hoping that one or two that falls to them, they would make it count.
Well, the current form of the Premier League, sitting 10th on the Premier League law there, Bechem United, having 7 wins and 5 drawn games, and having had 9 defeats there, and so they try to play the pieces. Got 17 goals and have conceded 22. Bechem United. And defensively, a little bit much an open side. You mentioned how poor they've been on the road in the Premier League.
They're conceding, but they've come a couple of times close to conceding, and we've seen Baba Demu playing as a left back today, having lots of spaces to attack, not just sending in some quality balls, but he's really had some space.
Of course, set piece is defended there by Bechem United, the visitors, and having difficulties dealing with the scenarios. He was trying to control well and free up Okra. And then Yako was the intended target once again and was unable to deal with it. Bechem now in control, trying to hit the balls into the half of Okra with a slip there. With the Phobians to begin to go straight at them and charge and see what they can also do against them at the moment. The referee really having a very quiet afternoon, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Tempo, intensity a bit low, below average, if you should ask me, but that was a dangerous ball there. Okra slipping. Mohamed Ali with no intentions at all to make contact, with the head of Okra. Just slipped, unfortunately. And Ali has tried all he could there to just, not make contact, even making minimal contact there. But for Bechem United, yeah, they would always play like a team, without a win on the road. And it's understandable why they're going with a low block, having their wide players in Okra and then also Emmanuel Arban just drop deeper to help with defensive duties there, allowing Sakite all those space up front, but then there's no connection at all, no quality balls to Sakite up front, and that has been the problem with them. For Hearts of Oak, they've always wanted to attack from the left hand side where Baba Adamu finds himself, and he's had spaces to whip in balls, but you question the quality of those balls, and perhaps that's what they'll be talking about now. Mauluwayu drifting a bit to the left hand side to help Adamu, sending those balls for Hamza Issa to attack.
Bechem United really have scored 4 goals in the last 5 matches and conceded 8 in that round, pulling break. The coaches can now have an opportunity of dealing with the players, continuing to give them that bit of a pep talk and see how they can change the narrative in the game. It's been a bit of a low tempo, you said, and seeing a lot of runs and goals scored in the game. Hearts of Oak were looking to start a very strong attack here against Bechem United. There's a moment here for the Phobians to have Ali Mohammed coming into the midfield area. Hearts of Oak again struggling to keep possession. Bechem United again also not able to defend the lines pretty well.
And we have close to 5 bodies in the box now trying to defend, and it's not really been high tempo. You just need to make them work, you need to be a bit more expansive, and that's one thing Hearts of Oak are failing to do now, and then they're allowing Bechem United to keep their shape and frustrate them. Phobians now trying to move.
That was Bechem United. Lots of folk with the long ball deep into the half of Bechem United. Good control the first time, and it's been hit wide. Trying to call there for goal kick. The penalty will not be given. That's a good control. Lovely piece of work here from Hatafok Emmanuel Mankwa.
And that's what you want to see from your fullback. That's what you want to see from your right back. Lovely forward run there into the box, Emmanuel Mankwa. For the first time in this game, nearly resulting, in a goal for Hatafok. That turn, the way he traps the ball, so incredibly done. But then just couldn't keep the shot down a bit to work Asiedu.
Well, there are moments where Bechem United really have had to pick some interesting wins in the Premier League. 1-0 win against Bechem, Chelsea and Gold Stars and Hearts of Lions, coupled with a 2-1 defeat to Holy Stars. But interestingly, the devastating 6-0 defeat to Asante Kotoko probably changing was everything there for them.
Yeah, it was the worst game I've seen them play in years. You talk about Bechem United.
Yeah, you saw that game in Kumasi, didn't you?
It was a bad game. It was a game where, they could have taken a 2-0 lead. The flat chances, they had just shot coming off the crossbar, the woodwork a couple of times before Kotoko scored, and it was total annihilation for them. But, you can't put up such performances on the road and expect to stay in the Premier League. No, the level of the Premier League is above that, and they know that. And today they've been cautious. They've not tried to set more forward. They've not really even tried to, commit a lot more forward, because they know that Hearts of Oak can hurt them the moment they commit too many men forward. And it's really been the low block for them, but you would expect them to still count on such a setup until they know that they can at least walk back home with a point.
It was one of the biggest shocking stories in the Premier League. The likes of Hearts fans and even Kotoko fans were not expecting that bit of a win there for the Porcupine Warriors, but it did happen against Bechem United. And they anticipated or expecting to see a lot of performances from Asante Kotoko that might probably give them the edge here, but the Phobians will have the upper hand before the big clash at the Barbara Stadium. Adamu here for Hearts of Oak, cutting it beautifully on the left hand side or the left foot. Now trying to get the balls going, and Yako's interception. But the Phobians will get back possession once again. Ali Wayo struggling. The Phobians once again moving forward there. Rifle and Ponsan stretching play down to Mankwa. Advertising the longer cross into the box, and Hearts of Oak have to let the ball go away to Aban. Nyako for Bechem United. Good work now from Nyako. That's it back beautifully. And they try to hit the balls into the Hearts of Oak. Again, there's nobody there to pick it up.
Yeah, and that's the game plan now from Accra Hearts of Oak. We try to press very, very hard. We retain that ball, win it quickly. Then we turn defense into attack.
Thomas ball into the box. Once again, it's been chested down to the goalkeeper. Again, he's two goalkeepers. He's the most busiest. Benjamin Akwesi Asiedu.
You would always be busy if you come up against Hearts of Oak, especially away from home. And he's had some easy balls to deal with, but then nothing really dangerous from Hearts of Oak. We've seen a couple of balls, a couple of crosses from Adamu from the left-hand side, Boateng from the right-hand side, but nothing really threatening from the Phobians. And that's where you step up a bit. That's where you try to throw your left back and your right back a bit more forward to offer support up front. It's something we've not really seen do. We've not really seen Emmanuel Mankwa have one touch in the box of Bechem United, and it's something that Bechem United are really doing well now, pushing Hearts of Oak a bit backwards.
Here comes some points here for Hearts of Oak. Mankwa release on the right hand side. And it's going to be the Phobians who acquire in their display here. Comes Adamu. Kujo. Hearts of Oak really pretty much ranked second in terms of current form. The last 5 matches with 10 points, scoring 5 and conceding 1 against Bechem SC, and Bechem has been the only side ahead of them regarding form in the last 5 matches with 12 points. It's the last 5 minutes of the first half here, but the records really in this time favors Hearts of Oak in terms of how disciplined they've been and how resilient they've also been at the back. Not conceding too many goals there, but haven't really been able to bank in sort of goals that you expect from them. But once again, it's the Phobians who want to go on a high in the Premier League.
Yeah, they would want to. It's been a bit lethargic. You know, the way they play and attack Hearts of Oak, it's lacked energy, you know, explosiveness. You know, it's just been too painstaking from them, a bit pragmatic as well. And if they should continue like this, Bechem United wouldn't allow them any space at all. They're covering each and every space, blocking all the passing lanes.
The 4-2-3-1 formation there from Bechem United against the 4-3-3 there for Hearts of Oak. Clearly tells you how open and how defensive the Bechem United team have been. They're not able to open up too many gaps for the Phobians to exploit. Trying to keep it neat and simple. Again, Hearts of Oak going forward.
Well, like I said earlier on, it's really been painful watching them, especially if you're a fan. You know, especially when they're playing at home, and you'd expect that they inject a bit of pace, a bit of bite, you know, and urgency into their game. Hearts of Oak, they've just been passing the ball around and, you know, just forcing the ball around, allowing Bechem United to just cover spaces and just also try to break free.
Again, it's going to be Phobians who are having field day and having Hamza Issa here charging forward. And a sliding tackle coming in. The referee just going to have the player booked.
And that's what you get where you try to be explosive. That's what you get where you go a bit direct. Just 2 touches and you could see them trying to make that straight away in Keshinger. Then Hamza Issa with the ball, and it was Boad Regan. Just doesn't allow him to go through with a sliding tackle on him. When that was definitely going to be a card, but you know, that's what you expect the forward line of Hearts of Oak to always do. You know, a bit of speed, a bit of swiftness. I think if they really want to get on the score sheet, that's what they have to start doing now. You know, putting those balls into the channels for Wayo and then also Hamza Issa to feed off.
Okay, it's going to be a free kick advantage now for the Phobians, a player. Just going to be an interesting scenario here. Nice scenario there for Malam Yaya. She was expecting a former national assets for Ghana. Karim also behind. And it's going to be a very poor play there from Kweku Boateng, Henry. And yellow card will confirm to Emmanuel Abebiu. When it comes to the performance once again of the two sides here, the Phobians are expected to at least come out with something neat and simple.
I would always, you know, be expected to take the game to Bechem United, especially looking at the state of Bechem United now and where they lie precariously, you know, on the table. You'd be expecting Hearts of Oak to do better, but that was a dangerous challenge there by Kujo. I'll be surprised if he doesn't go into the books of the referee. You know, a high foot challenge there.
2 players have their names taken. Abebiu for Bechem United.
I think that was it over there. That was a foot high. That was a dangerous ball.
The centre back has also got his name taken. That's a very standoffish tackle there.
Clumsy
very
from
much.
Kujo.
Very much.
There was no need for him to go for that ball. There was just no need. Totally needless for him to have, just when it went in that way. It was a bit physical, a bit more aggressive from Kujo. And there's the time you need to take it out, as a centre back on the yellow card. It would always go against you. Takes a bit, of confidence out of your game as well.
2 minutes of added time here, and a worrying scenario there for Coach Masood Di Dramani. Again, you're having a percentage advantage. And straight away of the Phobians. And here they come again, the Bechem United side clearing the lines defensively. Beautiful. Well, again, you're talking about the performance of these two sides, and Hearts of Oak having been tucked into this game. And tell you what, not the story most fans are expected to see there. We have being goalless before or perhaps half time. This will be the vintage Hearts of Oak team now, but they have opportunity now to get the first goal before the break. Again, fluffing that a chance, Hearts of Oak. A bit of a, pretty much of a scrappy nature. And so ends the first half here. And so both teams have had to be a little bit lethargic, not seeing plenty of advantages or perhaps opportunities. Has little to do in terms of saves there for the Phobians, same as goalkeeper Sedu. The narrative here will remain that the Phobians are looking to edge against Asante Kotoko before the main Classico at the Babayara Stadium. Hearts of Oak really about to work hard the first 45 minutes, and Bechem looking to see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, of course, they've been awful, Hearts of Oak, especially at offensive end. They've been so awful. Too many wayward passes, nothing, impressive from them. It's been flat and bleak from them in attack, and I believe the pep talk over the next 15 minutes from Masood Di Dramani will be how to inject some energy and bite up from. For Bechem United, they've been resolute. They've really kept their shape, and they've made it difficult for Hearts of Oak to break down that solid defense.
And I want to come back in the second half to see exactly what will be happening and some of the changes the coaches might be ringing in tactically to change the second half play by both teams. Hearts of Oak at home to Bechem United, match day 21 of the Premier League, as they look forward to a very big and exciting moment there against Asante Kotoko. And so at the break here at the Legon Stadium, it is Hearts of Oak who are trying to find a narrative there in terms of percentage. They've seen plenty of the balls there. 4 corner kicks for the home side, and a lot of fouls there in the game there, but nobody has been shown a red card pretty much yet. And so this is how the teams are looking statistically at the end of the first half. Hearts of Oak 0, Bechem United 0.
First 45 minutes done and dusted here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's goalless between Hearts of Oak and Bechem United. I've been joined by the assistant coach of Bechem, Malam Yaya. Malam, I mean, you've seen the first 45 minutes. How would you assess the performance of your boys so far?
I think we are very, very happy about the performance because they are playing tactical discipline on field, and that gives us difficult to penetrate.
Of course. Now, I've seen that you kept pushing Augustine Okra to the wings. Is that a tactical, switch that you did?
Yeah, of course, it's a tactical because Okra is a very intelligent player. So the moment we get the ball, when we give it to him, he is a very intelligent, so that we can use the counter attack to punish the Hearts.
Now you talked about winning. What should change in the second half if you want to get 3 points in this one?
Yeah, I said 1 point or 3 points, so still it's the same.
Okay, so that is Malam Yaya, the assistant coach of Bechem United. He will be happy getting a point in this game against Heart of Folk. A big one, because if Heart of Folk should win this game, they close the gap on Mediema, who are the league leaders. Goalkeeper's trainer for Heart of Folk, Najau Isa, has also joined me. Najau, first 45 minutes, I mean, goalless, you've not scored, but you've not created enough chances. Is that really a worry for you?
Yeah, very, very worried, because we think that the more you create, the more your chances of winning the game is possible. But I think that we haven't created enough chances, though we have more of the ball than the opponent. And then we have found ourselves in the key moments of the game. It just left with the final decision, then we are through to go.
Would you make some tactical switches, or you change the personnel in the second half?
Of course, we need somebody who can carry the ball to the opponent.
And who is that?
Well, you wait for it. You
have Hussein on the bench. Would you introduce him into the game?
Once everybody is capable of playing, those who are on the bench, everybody is capable of playing, and Hussein is not. Hussein is not exceptional. He's one of those on the bench, so he can come in on the second half.
Okay, Naja, we wish you the best for the second half. That is the assistant coach and the goalkeeper's trainer for Heart of Folk. It's goalless here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. There's a lot to talk about. Elikondo will join me after this break.
In the heart of Ghana. second-placed Ghana Stars to the Takwa TNA Stadium, and in the Super Clash on Sunday, Accra Hearts of Oak travel to Kumasi to battle Asante Kotoko for Ghana's topmost football bragging rights. Catch the Ghana Premier League live on TV3. The Ghana Premier League, it's more than 3 points.
Definitely match day 22 is one that you can't miss because Heart of Folk will travel to Kumasi, and also Mediema would be at home against Aduana. But right now the concentration is here for match day 21, Heart of Folk Bechem United. Earlier, there was a short presentation ceremony that was done where Benjamin Asare has been signed on as the brand ambassador for Unilever Ghana. He is currently the safest pair of hands for the Black Stars of Ghana. But today he has a place on the bench for Solomon Agbasi, who is starting in his place. But Benjamin Asare has shown how great he is, and he's backed the deal with Unilever Ghana. So that presentation was done earlier, where there you see the likes of Ochiame Kwame, or in the shots presenting this one to Benjamin Asare. Now, I asked Didi Dramani why he's on the bench, and Didi says that he's just tactical. He's just ensuring that he divides the game time for the likes of Agbasi to also get a shot. So, Benjamin Asare, brand ambassador for Unilever Ghana. But back to the game, Eli Kondo has joined me here. It's the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on your TV. First 45 minutes done and dusted. It's been entertaining. We've had all the elements, but we've not had firepower, especially up front from both sides.
Yeah, obviously. But first of all, you believe that Dramani speech about why Asare is on the bench. I don't think it's about game time or anything like that. I think he's just trying to manage egos of some of these players, because Asare is #1 Black Stars goalkeeper, and he will be commanding #1 role every week. But he has to manage the egos of these players and make sure that nobody feels above the pecking order. So that's why I'm sure Asare is on the bench. But talking about the game, though, I think it's been a bit of still match for me, because Bechem came into the game.
It's been more 50-50 for me.
Yeah, Bechem came
One
purposely.
side not really dominating.
Exactly. Bechem came to just contain, sit back, contain Hearts of Oak, and hope that they can press on the counter-attack. Unfortunately, they don't have those pacey wingers or sharp, fast wingers who can take on the runs when they get the ball on the counter breaks. Hearts of Oak, on the other hand, have also not been able to commit more men in attack and have decisive passes in the final third to connect those chances they're creating into the back of the net. So it's been a bit unstable from both ends. As it stands now, Bechem will be okay, because they've been able to contain and prevent any goals coming their way. And their strategy is just to contain, defend well, and then hope that the counter-attack works for them. Unfortunately, Augustine Okra has also not been that sharp. Somehow, he's the top scorer for them.
The plan is to play through Augustine Okra.
Yeah.
Because everything that Bechem have done good on this pitch has come through him. It's a strategy which Malam Yaya says he's been pushed to the wings to try and cut in and shoot on his left.
Yeah, when he's in the middle, he'll be managed, or he'll be occupied by the two centre backs. So once he's wide, he gives some room for himself. But somehow the balls that come in, he's not able to do much with it. There was one shot he took on, which was not even on target, very wide, but it was a good run he made across the face of attack to go and shoot there. But he's not been in his best. Somehow he's the top scorer, but he's not been at his best to give Bechem that needed bite they need, sharpness they need up front.
Of course, and you can see that Hearts of Oak have also tried to play through that Bechem United defense. It's not really worked. Is it about time where they try to take shots from afar? Because Bechem have not actually opened any cracks in their team for Hearts of Oak to utilize.
I think this is the point where Coach Didi Dramani would have to find ways of exploiting the wings as well, because they've been trying so much to break through the middle and connect to the attackers in the middle, but it's been blocked. The defenders of Bechem has been solid, resolute, they blocked it. So why don't you go through the flanks, sending the crosses, low block and the high ones, in case you could even get a deflection to score some own goals. So that should be the option now in the second half, getting your fast wingers, sending the balls from the flanks and see what can be connected from the middle.
Of course, and Najawu made it clear when I spoke to him a few minutes earlier that they need someone who can carry the ball and give that final pass. Is it about time that Hussein is thrown into this game, or you would want to wait and see maybe 15 minutes into the second half, then you introduce him.
Well, I think Hussein, before he went on that suspension, was phenomenal for them from midfield. But after he came back from that suspension, he's not been as sharp. So I was hoping that maybe they give him some more time, playing time, to get back to where he was. And maybe if he comes in, he's an enforcer. So once he comes to the midfield, he can push the team forward with those impressive runs and get the connections right from the attackers to also benefit from
Quick
him.
one, the second half will start very soon. What do you envisage in the second 45 minutes? Bechem says they will be happy with the points Hartlepool want to win.
Yeah, so Bechem will employ the same approach, stay back, the low block, and hope on the counter-attack if it works for them. Hartlepool will have to throw more men forward. They need to find ways to connect from the wings as well, play from the wings, play from all angles, the middle as well, get men closer to the box. And maybe when they do that, they can be able to connect and get the chances on target.
Well, let's see what happens in the second half. Teams are back onto the pitch and ready to do battle for the second 45 minutes. Leave you in the company of our commentators, Benjamin Willie Graham and Josiah Okokwe. See you after 90 minutes.
In the heart of Ghana, a nation rich with natural resources. Empowering dreams.
I'll come back to the second half where Hartlepool just made one change with Mohamed Hussein coming in to replace Gordon Kujo. The centre-back is out for a midfielder, surprisingly. But the Phobians are looking to have a bit of a change there. Rafael Amponsa goes into the defensive line. His favorite position. A bit of a hesitation there by the Phobians and trying to see what they can do at the moment.
I wasn't quite surprised that they began the second half with some changes, and it was an important change as well.
Well, the Phobians now trying to charge forward here, and again opportunity for them to get the first goal. Scrambled out of the danger zone. Hearts of Oak once again starting from where they left off. Amankwa here, not their best of control, and Hearts of Oak still pressing the accelerator, trying to speed up things to get the first goal.
Yeah, it's quite important that you begin the second half with intent, and it was just one through ball into space. We could see a couple of players just trying to latch upon that, and that's how you'd want to begin the second half. It's important. The first half was a bit lethargic from the Phobians, not so much energy, certain intervals. We saw them not really making forward runs. The strikers were not as mobile as you'd want them to be, and it made it so easy for the Bechem United defensive unit to deal with the threat. But in the second half, it looks like the pep talk over the course of the 15 minutes break is really working. You can see Didi Dramani is not going to sit. He's not a happy man currently until perhaps they're able to put the ball at the back of the net. It was a good run. And Mauluwayo getting onto it. But then good reaction as well from Asiedu.
Bechem United remain unchanged from the team that played the first half, and we want to continue the surging runs against Hearts of Oak, but the Phobians really dominating our possession, really putting nothing as allowing Bechem United any breathing space at all. And Afani was playing as a holding midfielder, now slotting in as the centre back after the exit of Gordon Kujo. Up to Karim here for Hearts of Oak. The Phobians trying to change things and navigate their way through to the back line of Bechem United. Again, a very poor pass there from Amankwa. Very good one thing has also been speeding things up there for Hearts of Oak. Teams are working out to unlock the padlock of the defensive area. It's not been really easy. And one of the most difficult things for them to do basically is trying to change narratives. But the coaches tactically trying to make some bit of switches there. And that's a bit of an interesting story for Hearts of Oak. Really with the introduction of Mohamed Hussein and having Afani going back, it tells you that they may have a little bit of a different conditions in terms of how they push forward and how they weave the patterns in the midfield again, because Afani was holding things down and trying to take the tempo of the game, moving the players from right to left, but now trying to restrict him back into the centre half position, and particularly looking at what happens next.
And he is playing now as a right centre back, playing as Mohamed Ali's partner, and Mohamed Hussein would be given that advanced position right behind the strikers, Mauluwayo and then also Hamza Isai. That allows Rafael Amponsa to also sit in front of the back four, provide protection, cover, and then also do a lot of the playmaking there. We talk about the variations, we talk about the tactical tweaks, and it will be very, very important to notice what Mohamed Hussein adds to this team going forward.
And Phobians once again begin to move forward. Richard Jamna here, and through his Augustino Crab, the flag already gone up against him there for an offside.
Ran made too early, a bit more early,
the coach himself is not happy about it.
Yeah, it was a good call. It was a good call. Split second, but I think credits and thumbs up to the assistant referee. He had it right, spot on, but it was a lovely pass for the deep area, and Augustino Crab failed to time his run. Yeah, he's quicker, over 60 meters, 50 meters, always quicker than Adamu. Adamu knew he was going to struggle to catch up with him, but Also smart defending to set that trap. I guess Accra just falling for it with that early run.
Kubne Misha hasn't really made a lot of changes as expected there with the team. The things you have to look at for good teams is that Hearts of Oak have scored 5 in the last 5 matches once again. No Hearts player can be found in the top 10 scorers charts in the league. Well, so as they move forward now, Hearts of Oak trying to work things out.
And nearly resulted in a spectacular kick. Kweku Boateng there, lovely pass into the box. Trying to tee up Kweku Boateng here. Boat Brigade, and then also Jamina Richard going up for that ball. There was no way Kweku Boateng was going to have a clean hit at that ball. Just knew it, but quick reaction from the defense of Bechem United, acting very, very quick there to stop Kweku Boateng from just hitting that one.
Bechem United have possession now. Emmanuel Aban on his speeds, and again a very audacious effort there from Richard Jamina. Really meaning that trying to catch him was everybody unawares there. The substitution players beginning to show their strength and energy, condition themselves there for any possible change that will be happening in the game. Just telling that Hearts of Oak win over Bechem United. That's back in 2021 with a 6-1 thrashing, and Victor Edu scored twice. We have Umar and Benjamin Afu all found the net there for the Phobians. So interesting bit over how many goals you can score against Bechem United if Asante Kotoko did so. And it clearly tells you that Hearts of Oak did it before. And that was 6-1, and Asante Kotoko made it 6-0.
Yeah, they have, but you don't always have history repeating itself in games like this. Yeah, you would always give credit to Asante Kotoko, but you just need to be at your ruthless best to trash a team 6-0 in any game at all, and let alone the Ghana Premier League. It was quite difficult, but it was a day where you'd say Asante Kotoko didn't put a foot wrong. Everything they did was just, top-notch. Decision-making was up there, and today you could question the decision-making of the Hearts of Oak attackers, especially when they advance into the third half, making the wrong decision sometimes and not resulting in the goal they want. And today isn't the day they are looking at 6. They are just looking at a goal that could give them 3 points.
Trying to ground the results there. Hearts of Oak again, a foot-side challenge against Bechem United here. All the way, Hearts of Oak top scorer with 5 goals, followed by Hamza Issa with 4. Again, as the challenge here, and Rafael Amponsa. Meantime, Wayo just spoke about him. He's in a very good position to see if he can strike here for a goal. Scored against Hawaii United, scored here against 11 Wonders, and now looking to get another goal.
Yeah, and good to see the ball from Hamza Issa. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing with that flick towards Wayo, who made that run from an onside position. Again, bad first start there, letting him down. But again, we talk about decision making again for Hearts of Oak. Well, you just can't trap, a ball like this, and these are the chances that you can turn into big chances with one lovely touch, one good first touch, and the whole narrative changes. But for Mauli Wayo, he's really struggled this afternoon with his runs. His overall gameplay hasn't really been, at the top this afternoon.
Ali Mohammed here for Hearts of Oak, with his team into attacking mode, trying to activate any construction of quality football. Comes Amankwa for Hearts of Oak, getting it backward once again and picking up Amponsa. Ali Mohammed switching to the left hand side for Mauli to pick it up, but it's been taken away from him by Aban. Here comes Amponsa once again, and Hearts of Oak quickly back to second winning possession. Mauli here against Aban. Mauli dragging it back to Rafael Amponsa once again and switching down to Adamo on the left hand side and looking to drag one into the box. Aban said that out. And again it's Aban once again trying to deal with it. The Bio also playing a part there. They have been having the lion's share of possession, Hearts of Oak, Once again, they haven't been able to find the back of the net with Abdul Karim here. They're going to squeeze one through to Mauliwayo, but again, good stoppage there from Abebiu. Another launch forward there by Bechem United. Again, Hearts of Oak absolutely by City with it.
Yeah, it looks like total control now for the Phobians. You're moving the ball around. You're beautifully, swiftly, allowing Bechem United to round, chase shadows at some point, but it's still the final ball. It's just one quality ball that could change everything. We nearly saw Abdul Karim, put that one in, nearly making it through that tight space, but it just couldn't go through.
Again, you talk about the very unproductive passes they're being given out there. Hearts of Oak and Afrani just giving away, and looking to make some changes there. Tell you what. Clearly had the thanks of Martin Kakari also playing a part here at this afternoon's game at the Legon Stadium. Well, again, this Hearts of Oak looking to introduce the likes of Martin Kakari, who's in for Mary Boateng, and also do have the likes of Theophilus Collising, so being given a chance to replace Raphael Amponsa.
It looks more like replacement there. Collison slotting into that DM role, which was previously occupied by Raphael Amponsa, and then also up front, Kweku Boateng, a very tricky, nimble-footed, also making way for Martin Kakari, who also scored in that 3-0 win against 11 Wonders. So a couple of days ago.
Actually paved the way for them to have the goal there. Really interesting display there from him. He tried his best to make sure he scored to the side. Collison's first control here for Hearts of Oak. That's Ali Mohammed involved in the attacking play with the likes of Afrani's lunch ball. Martin Kakari scored the same footwork as Gasinoka. Hearts of Oak now on the charge here with Manko on the ball, looking to drag back. Another ball straight to Martin Kakari. Ball swung into the path of Mauliwayo. He knew he was offside, and so deliberately stopped, and didn't really want to chase the ball there. Meanwhile, Bechem United do have a player down there. He understands it's going to be Nyako. Needs to be attended to medically.
And you have the Bechem United team hoping that Hearts of Oak would have just hit that one out of play, at least for Nyako to have some medical treatment there. But again, just look at the play, moving the ball from right to left. But Mauliwayo knew it. He knew he wasn't at an offside position. There was no way he was just going to get at the end of that ball, expecting to be the decoy. He was expecting a run from a deeper position, but no one, absolutely no one around him. And you'd be expecting the left back Babademu to be making such forward runs, especially when the team makes such an incursion, but there was no one there. You talk about uncoordination up front for them. It's been glaring all afternoon across Hearts of Oak. It doesn't really look coordinated whenever they move up front. Decision making, wayward passes, and first time round, one intelligent play, but the end product wasn't just good enough.
Accra is ranked 7th on the Premier League top scorers chart. Here comes Nyako. Good control there from Nyako. Now Bechem United possession and like to move forward here. Coming up, find space to Accra here. It's been echoed by Hearts of Oak. Ball switched to left-hand side, looking to pick up Alban. The best of control there for him. A little bit of an attack there coming through from Hearts of Oak's Amankwa. Easy was in a haste to get the ball straight down to attacking mood. So Amankwa's aggressive charge on him. Again, talked about Hearts of Oak just getting the balls not to the intended targets. Pretty much of a surprise and disappointing play from them as we get into the hour mark here at the Legon Stadium. Hearts of Oak nil, Bechem United nil.
And it's been all struggles, for them up front now. Yeah, you talk about they being the team with the fewest goals conceded. They've only conceded in 5 games, but you talk about the games in which they've not scored, and it's quite a lot of games they've not scored in, and it's also partly due to the fact that sometimes they look a bit lethargic and no energy when in possession and also when attacking.
Bechem now, and as they charge forward beautifully, they might be looking to see if they can track one here. Very poor play now from Godfred Yosin. Surprise story there on the team sheet. First, Sakiti was expected to have started ahead of Godfred Yosin. Well, maybe they might have changed their mind before the start of the game.
Pretty much. But another football again, and that's been a problem for them. Collison looks off the pace.
Now Bechem. Here comes Nyako. Looking for space to shoot now. Nyako! And Solomon Agbasi always there at the right time, at the right place, magically saving it for Hearts of Oak. The safest pair of hands there for the Phobians again. If you can't see Benjamin Asare, you would see Solomon Agbasi.
Most definitely, that was a lovely hit, a strike from distance, but the confidence with this chap now, and you can hardly tell if he's number 2 or just fighting for that number 1 spot together with the Black Stars number 1. But that was a cut-like save done with so much ease and finesse. Solomon Agbasi, and whenever he's in between the sticks, some sort of confidence you could see just around that defensive area for Hearts of Oak.
Mabio caught unawares there. Hearts of Oak now charging here. Referee now gives a free kick to Maluayo. Again, a very disappointing control there from Abibio. And they're giving the opportunity now to the Phobians to see if they can launch any attack there against the Bechem United. Again, Yako with that unleashing that bullet of a strike there, surprisingly. So much was there, but again, that's the foul there by Jamna. Started with Abibio, and then Jamna also went in. Bringing down Mauliwayo.
Always tenacious. Mauliwayo fighting for every second ball there, losing that initial ball after that 50-50 tackle, coming up against Abibio, then gets up again, fought for it, won it after being sandwiched in between 2 players.
There's a free kick taken here, but again it's been cleared by Bechem United. Still struggling here, the visitors. Looking to make sure they have the first score here. And once again, it's going to be Bechem United. They're trying to move forward. I was looking for Arban. It's going to be Shane tracking the ball backwards once again. He's just going to have Afrani involved. Here comes Karim tracking the ball straight to pick up Mauliwayo again. Well play there for Abibio, and Mauliwayo picking it up, straight the ball back into the 12-yard area. And Bechem United cleverly get themselves away from dangerous areas. And here comes Azar Nyako, spreading the ball down to Augustine Okra. He's got nobody there in the box now to charge on it. Yosin waiting, and the pass there to Yosin being taken away from him, and half volley once again to Augustine Okra. Not really expecting that, but Solomon Agbasi is always there.
Yeah, attacking with limited men now, Bechem United, and it's really costing them. They do not have that impetus to throw moment for it. We've seen Augustine Okra leading their charge for them each and every time. A lovely diagonal ball from deep, but again trying to hit that one from distance, and you should have enough power on it if you really want to be that Agbasi from that distance. We saw Azar Nyako, have a go at him, but he comfortably dealt with that one.
A bit of an interesting shade there. Yawano is being given a chance to play upon and replace Augustine Okra. Possibility you must foster Sakiti, also being dragged into the game. And so the change is being made now. Prophet Yosin for Foster Yakiti. Well, talked about the change that was supposed to happen early on before the start of the game with the introduction of Foster Sakiti. Bechem United had to hold on to that change. It was communicated to us that they had withdrawn Godfred Yosin for Foster Sakiti. Now see how the real change now at the moment.
It's happening now, but he looks a bit tired. He's been isolated for larger parts of the game. Talking about Godfred Yelson, a very good attacker. Has got his speed, very, very strong as well, but not his day today. Talk about the fact that Franny, Ali Mohammed, they've done a good job on him.
Have to look now, also introducing Amankwa Befi as rough full-back. He's deputized there by Emmanuel Amankwa, and he comes back to his right field position, trying to get his team moving forward there. Very poor play there from Hearts of Folks, Hamza Issa. Just looking to score a goal here. Bechem United is 11th, 10th on the Premier League log now. 25 points after 20 games with 7 wins, 4 draws and 9 defeats. Currently on a 5-goal deficit, as they have only scored 17 and conceded 22. Mentioned that earlier on. The experience of Augustine Accra with 6 goals is now been withdrawn. Makes him Bechem United's top scorer this season, followed by David Darwin Yabua and Emmanuel Abano, 3 goals. Still goalless here at the Legon Stadium between Hearts of Oak and Bechem United. Here comes the captain Sambad has moved down to Azar Nyako at the substitution of Augustine Accra.
He still happens to be one of the most experienced players in the setup. Azar Nyako, we've seen a lot of him in this game so far this afternoon as well.
Thanks, Baba. Just lost possession. Hussein Mohammed here, and he's been blocked there from any counter-attacking football from Hearts of Oak. Hussein. He's been one of the most fastest players there for Hearts of Oak this season, isn't he?
Yeah.
Benjamin Assar, we talked about him and his new ambassadorial role there for Unilever, and on the bench, Hearts of Oak's really got quality when it comes to the goalkeeping side. They have Suleiman Abbasi Shine, who also is there, and then the main man, Benjamin Assari. Wow.
And you talk about the output as well, and it's always been great as well.
Full against here. Looking for handball there, Amankwa Befi.
Very new energy from the right-hand side of defense, helping with the attack of Amankwa Befi.
Collison with a long throw. Got it back into the play. I think comparing the pick up first and Hearts of Oak. After now defend is one. And send into the half. And then down beautifully, picked up by Afrani. Here comes Adamu. Ali Mohammed for Hearts of Oak. Collison now the conductor in chief for Hearts of Oak at the heart of midfield after the withdrawal of Rafael Amponsa. He comes in to make the work a bit of easy there for Hearts of Oak, but depends on how they're able to unlock the defense of Bechem United once again. Amankwa Befi's ball into the far post. Mauli Wayo there to defend, but he's been headed away by Yawano.
You can feel they are starting to come in more men forward now. You can see, Adamu and then also Amankwa Befi, push high up, joining the attack already. Oh, that was a push. A pull rather. You just look at that ball, lovely, perfectly weighted with Muhammad Ali, Hamza Issa as they intended. Target man, but again, I just felt there was a bit of a pull on Hamza Issa.
Again, too many pushes happening in the game there between Bechem and Hearts of Oak here at the Legon Stadium. And you mentioned the poor run here at Bechem United. They have conceded a staggering 20 goals in away matches and just scored 6. Yet to concede today. They have their own here against Hearts of Oak. Yanko score here. Just looking to pick up Sakiti. Again, Hearts of Oak truncating the attacking play there by Bechem United. Once again, ball locked forward there by Amankwa Befi. And Hamza Issa was just feeding his way through, but the referee just saw him have to confirming he controlled the ball with the arm there. And that was the control here. But again, it's a little bit of a leg tackle coming through from that's a Derek Afriye.
I believe that ball, eluded his arm a bit by his posture, giving the referee no option at all than to call for a free kick on Hamza Issa. He's been mobile this afternoon. He's tried his best, but you talk about the balls into the channels not coming, and also his partnership at some point with Mauli Wayo not being fruitful to some extent, and that's how strikers get frustrated. And for him, he's got his composure, but you'd always want to keep your eyes on him, because one good moment and he could just punish you.
Last 90 minutes of the game here at the Legon Stadium. Hearts of Oak still able to score against Bechem United.
You talk about the fact that Bechem United, they've only managed to get one clean sheet all season away from home, and it's always disappointing for a title contender to go 70 minutes without creating any meaningful clear-cut chances against a side that has conceded 20 goals already in 10 away games, and that's been a problem for Hearts of Oak now. It's not the issue of scoring, but also creating quality big chances as well, and you can count just a handful of big chances so far for them this afternoon.
Saying here for Hearts of Oak, squares one forward, again stopped by Bechem United. Well, the Hunters still have seen plenty of the balls now, but have been played at the midfield area, not really been able to threaten Agbasi. One or two occasions they have, yes, but plenty of that. Hearts of Oak gradually looking to get a goal here, but again, it's been how they have been very formidable and solid at the back, resiliently saving themselves from any disgrace. The Martin career for Hearts of Oak. Here comes Amanko Abefi charging here, finds Martin on the left hand side, cutting him beautifully on the left foot. Got two players on him to deal with it, and yet again not able to go around his players.
And Richard Dramina had to double up. No help with that defensive work, especially with Kakari, who has the magical left foot.
Poor control on the poor kick there from Bechem United. You can see the throw in.
And nearly playing himself into trouble for a second, but had to quickly react again and deal with that one. And as the moment you believe you're very close to scoring, especially when you put in something decent.
Good play, Hearts of Oak again. It was a very series of headers there by Bechem United. Abibio's lunging ball out of play. The last time Bechem United actually beat Hearts of Oak was back in 2023, October 2nd. That was the last time they did that as an away side in the Premier League. Hearts of Oak here. Hussein, Afani, and then comes Amanko Abefi in the box waiting. Is Hamza Issa, ball cut out beautifully by Bechem United. Ali Mohammed trying to recycle everything back into the half of Bechem United. Hollister's ball forward. Martin Kakrai picks it up beautifully. Always on the left foot, dinks one into the box, another abuse header. And Hearts of Oak still knocking and waiting for that moment where the door will be opened. And Aban would have to raise this one on the flanks there for Bechem Fortress Takite here. Ali Mohammed eventually nudging the ball away for a throw-in.
Good recovery by Ali Mohammed, but for a second you're thinking Hearts of Oak should have won a free kick for that. Nudge on Amanko Abefi, but not given, and it was a quick transition by Bechem United. In the space of second, we're able to transition that ball, defense to attack, split second, and finding Sakite through that ball. That was a good move, but good quick thinking and reaction from Ali Mohammed.
Zanya going off for Bechem United. Free for space and trying to invite Regan. And Abibio is able to keep in control there for Bechem United on the line as the Hunters begin to hunt for a goal here, but they have to try it from long range, and he had a fingertip to it. Well, Didn't. The man from Medina, Suleiman Agbashi, so very comfortable, and he works hard to ensure that Hearts of Oak remain intact in the game.
Yeah, Zali, and they are limiting Bechem United shots from outside the box, but that one was a tricky one. Very, very elusive, nearly catching out Agbashi off guard. But yeah, again, we talk about his quality, and if you'd want to beat him, you'd want to try harder. But that was an audacious attempt from Sefa.
Bechem United have only won once in their last 13 visits to Hearts of Oak since 2012. They've 3 drawn, 1 win, and 9 defeats. Hearts of Oak have actually scored 25 goals in the period, while Bechem United have scored 11 when they visit Hearts of Oak. Still goalless here between the Phobians and Bechem United. The last quarter of an hour here to be played for at the Lagos Stadium, match day 21 of the Premier League. Shining forward on the right hand side here. Johanno has got a double to beat. Cut back beautifully there, but again, Hearts of Oak defensively, they've been very, very resolute. Exciting to watch.
Yeah, they've not really given Bechem United lots of space to operate, especially in the defensive third. They've really pushed them forward. They've done well controlling, certain areas of the game, but you still need that one goal. You still need that all-important goal, especially when you want to close in on Midyama. You just have to do everything you can. And in the last 15 minutes, you'd be thinking, that's where you up the tempo, that's where you throw it in the kitchen sink, and I don't see them doing that so far.
And again, it's Aban here, put through beautifully. Aban, Ali Mohammed coming in, Aban. But once again, Ali Mohammed, defensive work has been 100%. Clever way of shooting the ball away from the attacker. Well, again, Aban was just losing some of the legs there. And Ali Mohammed did a very good job to cover up beautifully, saving Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, the awareness, presence of mind over there, and also the speed to just calculate his run. And yes, put some weight on Aban. A bit, on balancing him. Just couldn't hit that ball cleanly as well. And he's really been unplayable this after Ali Mohammed.
And Abibio's clever tackle. Ali Mohammed once again. Up to Folk. Just seeing a lot of the balls now, but really been able to take advantage of the moment they have. Good defensive cover beautifully there by Derek Afriye. Bechem United have scored 17 goals. The last in the league, while Hearts of Oak have scored 15. They've scored a lot of goals than Hearts of Oak. Bechem United.
Yeah, they have, but it's not really coming to bear here, especially in an away game where they've only managed 6 out of the 17. And for Hearts of Oak, it's their biggest predicament this season. Scoring has been the biggest issue. And I just don't see how you can win a league title without scoring goals. And that should be a major worry, not just for the players, but then for the head coach as well, especially when you're looking at accumulating lots of points heading into the last 13 games of the season. I just think they've not really worked enough. I just think they've not really applied enough pressure on Bechem United. They've made this Bechem United defense look excellent and flawless this afternoon.
The Hunters looking for a play, and once again Ali Mohammed is always going to be there to stop any marauding runs there from Bechem United, and quickly they win back possession with quality piece of work there. And they make Hearts of Oak look very ordinary side, isn't it?
Yeah, they are, and that's the problem now, especially when you have quality players in the side. I think for Hearts of Oak, one of the issues in this game has literally been how they react to the second balls and how they would also transition from defense to attack. It's been a problem. Too many touches, sometimes wasting too much time for sending one simple forward pass, and that always allows Bechem United to just settle and coil back into the shape.
to the last 10 minutes of the game plus stoppage time here at the Legon Stadium. Hearts of Oak get to score here against Bechem United. The Phobians average 0.4 goals conceded per a game, 7 and 0.8 goals scored per game, 15 in the Premier League. They have surprisingly amassed fewer points at home, 16 as compared to the away side, as Bechem United 19. And the fans were expecting to see an avalanche of goals in the game here, but Bechem United came with different ideas. They have had to play some bit of defensive and been able to stop the attacking and fluidity of Hearts of Oak in the game, haven't they?
They have, and it's so far worked to perfection first 80 minutes, and they just have to hang on for the next 10, probably, any additional minutes. They've really been disciplined in defense, giving away fewer fouls as well. And Hearts of Oak would always make it easy for them if you keep on sending in such, inferior balls, and you have no one trying to get at the end of it. It would always become a problem. You look at the diminutive nature of both attackers, YU and Eastside. You don't send in always long balls. They would always struggle to win those.
It's Bechem United. Nyako. Two of their top two sides drop points, and Hearts of Oak with the advantage at least to move up with a win here. Bechem losing to Nations by 3 goals to 1. Santi Kotoko heavily defeated by Hearts of Lions by 3 goals to 1 in Pando. And interestingly, the Phobians are expected to have the moment here in the game. And it's going to be a goal kick here. Just 8 minutes to go.
A superb defended there by Albert. Kept on just chasing Kakari down there. This new Kakari is just a swift player. Just look at that with his arm. Does it intelligently, a bit of the nudge there.
A decision to have Dennis Mensah being thrown into the game. And also withdrawing the likes of Emmanuel Sifa for Rasco Abassa. Rasco Abassa London, very interesting name there for him. Just scored a goal, you call him London just scored.
London on the score sheet. Oh, London,
that would be an interesting way to go with it.
London makes the difference after 90 minutes.
Scoreline really stays this way then. It means that Bechem United will have just a point there, but Maliwell has been trapped from behind. And so it's going to be a yellow card for Reagan. Was it deliberate or so? 3 players already on the yellow card here.
Entirely, but in the scuffle there, Reagan not getting full grip of the ball. They had Hussein and then also Hamza Issa charging down on him. Could barely think straight to make a decision there. But that's what you want. You would always want to put men on the defenders, force them to make errors. You capitalize, perhaps make those turnovers turn into goals for you. And that's not what Hearts of Oak have done throughout the game.
The scoreline still remaining goalless. Hearts of Oak just moved a point above Asante Kotoko with 36 points. The Porcupine Warriors have 35 after dropping points against Lions, and so against the confirmation of the yellow card. Bechem United were just sitting 11th in the Premier League long with 26, which is a point above All Blacks. Just the All Blacks have had into the last 5 minutes, Hearts of Oak with a very cracking and a very great free kick. Good advantage for them to see if they can hit one past goalkeeper Asiedu. for Bechem United. Just behind the ball, Martin Kakari just there. I expect to see a very low, powerful drive there. Thinking situation there for Sidi Dramani. Not to really see what Mauliwayo and Martin Kakari really have up their sleeves there to do this evening here at the Bechem Stadium. Once again, it's going to be a lot of the fans chanting here. They need Hartlepool to get a 3-point. They need Hartlepool to see they have a really good opportunity against the Porcupine Warriors before the two sides meet in Kumasi. Martin Kakari stops Mauliwayo against the wall, bounces back into play.
Terrible hit, just off the wall.
So the wall did a job.
Barely moved, barely jumped it. It tells you, the flight of that ball, just not enough. And just look at that, the dummy first ball. Again, he's not the specialist you think of, from such a distance, 25 yards out. But like I said, no jumping at all, and that one came off the head of Azai Nyako.
Collison. Afani. Back to Collison. Space now to bring one into the box. And still going to be a diving header here. The referee just allowed play to continue. The player down, and Mauliwayo just behind him is Reagan. And Ali Mohammed, not the best of control for him to come up to Kareem. The folks still having possession. Afani once again, just looking for space, turns once again. And up to Kareem gets the pass. Now Collison want to drive the team forward once again, looking for a free kick. Collison sends a long one to the far post, once again goes out of play.
Terrible ball from Collison there, but again, Hartlepool, they have all the possession, and you can see Bechem United with 11 men behind the ball, and they know they are just some 4 minutes or so plus added on time away from a vulnerable away point, something they've managed to do just twice all season. But just look at the ball again. You talk about inferior balls all afternoon for Hartlepool. That's just another one of it.
Quite interesting in the match day 20 games played. Bechem United won against Hartlepool Lions home, Hartlepool away, and beat 11 Wonders 3-0. And so both teams in the match day 20 picked up 3 points. And if they draw here, it makes they have 1-1, drawn 1. Maybe not the best of result for Hartlepool, especially going into the big game against Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, they know it. They know it, Hartlepool. They know the next game is the biggest they have.
The flag stays down, and the Phobians are calling for an offside, but Nyako waiting in the box. There's nobody there, but it is going to be Collison's control here. Lovely piece of work there coming through from Foster Sakite. Another ball set into the box. Nyako is there, control as well. And this time, the flag had gone up. It's an offside against Nyako.
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali, what was he thinking? He had his own player right behind him before trying to set that offside trap. A look at that from an offside position. Yeah, good call. And Nyako, lovely control, but all that just wouldn't count. Hartlepool nearly going to sleep.
Very confident and comfortable playing the ball there. Dennis Mensah. Rana Befi's got Collison to beat here. That's so funny, and Gigamani trying to edge the team to be a little bit have some bit of agency in their play to just hold on to the ball. Trying to get them to add a time.
It's frustrating watching them pass the ball around and not trying to move the ball forward.
And this time, Hamza Isa is there, but the fans are calling for a penalty. Was it a penalty? It wasn't. Well, obviously, he was losing his grounds there when he got the ball tacked in the right.
I don't think it was. Yeah, it was a bit scrappy there, a bit sluggish, sloppy defended by Bechem United, but a header back by Kikari. And just look at Mauliwayo with intent, but again, showing too much of the ball. And I think that was Jamfi who had enough of the ball from the behind side. Just look at that. Hamza Isa not shielding the ball at all. Fragile control by him. There was no way that was going to be a penalty.
Game over there for Abdul Karim. Christian Smart may have a bit of a time on, depending on the time added on there to be put on by the match officials. And sometimes you do want to ask coaches that the team had to have a player being taken off. To the last seconds to end the game and half the time. That was a Puma, beautiful flick there for the goalkeeper. Asiedu.
At this point, you think Hearts of Oak would feel a bit more desperate to get a goal rather than Bechem United trying to get it. You know, they've enjoyed larger possession of the ball throughout the game, and
at a time, 5 minutes here, and there's plenty of time for Hearts of Oak to see if they can snatch the win here. Plenty of time for Bechem to also see if they can hold their own against the Phobians. Trying to see if they can maintain the momentum here in the game. Bechem United.
It could be a crucial win if they could go ahead and win this one, but you know, of the two sides, Hearts of Oak will be more disappointed looking at it. You know, the kind of possession they've had so far and not being able to play with conviction up front.
Dennis Mensah. Oh, taken away from him. So I'm not one ball into the box there for the Bechem United to find a way to defend the lines. Dennis Mensah giving the ball, Nyako controls well, goes to ground. Now the foul has gone way over Bechem United. That's a work of 1-5, John 3, and 3 wins for Bechem United in the last 11 fixtures between the two teams.
Yeah, that was that tackle again. Just look at that. Clumsy.
It's a very clumsy one, is it?
Yaman Kwabithi. Oh, he should be fortunate to have escaped that, but that's a red card being shown.
It's a red card. Again, it's getting to be a bit dramatic and interesting play here.
I think that was an assistant of Bechem United.
Bechem United. Again, trying to lose possession. Hearts of Oak now moving forward here. Lovely play. Zais has been bundled down, and it's going to be yet another free kick advantage.
Yeah, that was a chance to move forward. Hamza Issa had space in front of him, but again, you know, slowing down that control for a second, allowing the Bechem United player to close in, just bundle him to the turf.
And assistant coach of Bechem United, Malami Ashi, on the red card. Very poor play there from Collison. Bechem United now have to turn defense into attack. Yeah, I know we're supposed to have been freed with that attacking play there, but Bechem United again a very poor play. And now the attack fizzles out easily.
Yeah, you know, games are decided with such moment. You know, one moment of brilliant ball, one moment of, you know, an incisive pass, one great through ball, and you know, everything changes. And we've not seen either side display that, you know, especially in the final third. It was a great chance, 2v2 opportunity, but then an awful ball.
Safrani, the captain now. Collison and Hussein Mohammed. Again, his ball has been blocked. Collison without possession. Now I want to try something from long range. And this time it's going to be a Asiedu scotch. But Hearts of Oak with some bit of a quality play now, but Asiedu was up to the task. Asiama with that long ball here.
It came a bit late, but then nonetheless, that was a great ball. Lovely whip. And just look at that non-drop volley from Asma. Oh, we saw Agbasi make that save, a similar save, you know, earlier on. But this is just good reflexes from the Bechem United shot stopper. And Hamza Issa just lurking around, see if he could feed off the second ball. Not give it.
5 minutes of added time is up here at the Legon Stadium. Hearts of Oak nil, Bechem United nil as we approach the end of the game. But Hearts of Oak throwing almost everything into the game. And Bechem would have Nyako here and trying to release Sakite. And so it's going to be Bechem United. And they also have their own here striking from long range.
And Hearts of Oak are beginning to commit moment forward. They are leaving spaces behind it. This is the time of the game where you're both fragile again from a distance. Sakite, no shot going wide, not troubling Agbasi at all.
to 10 seconds of the game here. Folk just beginning to find a way to defend the line. Sakite just waiting as Bechem United trying to forge forward here. Lovely pace of work now on the right hand side. Yawano being given a chance. Sakite waiting. Yawano looking to drag one into the box. Sakite is the target, and he hits it, and it goes wide.
Again, and they're doing so well now. They're advancing the ball with so much ease due to the fact that you have Babadamu just leaping forward and creating so much space behind from that right hand side. But another good ball, aimed at Sakite, and then nothing productive.
Hard to vote now. To Hussein. Collison sends one deep into the box, but Bechem United again defensive lines. Throwing almost everything into the game. The referee sees a bit of a elbow or the back of the head of Sakite. Might want to take a little bit of a nap now. Not any stress at all.
Yeah, perhaps this antics just to buy yourself some time. You can take it away from Bechem United this afternoon. Yeah, perhaps you could question the quality of the Hazard attack, but defensively they've been so resolute. They've barely put a foot wrong.
Well, so this is a 10th drawn match there by Hatzefolk in the Premier League, and Bechem United 6th in the Premier League this season. Hatzefolk really move up just a point ahead of Asante Kotoko as they prepare for their Classico in Kumasi. But Solomon Agbashi, yet again, another clean sheet for the Phobian goalkeeper. And Jasidu also having another clean sheet there for Bechem United. So both teams will be excited. At least they may have had to drop some points there, but Hatzefolk were looking to get all the 3 points, at least to have the big statements ahead of the match against Asante Kotoko. Ali Mohammed, the man of the match in today's game. And so it's been a very interesting game, isn't it?
Interesting game, but disappointment for Hatzefolk, despair for their fans. But for Bechem United, as usual, they still continue with their quest to move away from the drop zone, and it would be a valuable away point they would really cherish. For Hatzefolk, their problems still continue. They are not scoring, they are misfiring. And it would be a long week for them, or even long 2 weeks for them ahead of that super clash. 61% possession tells you they had control, in midfield and then also in the attacking third. But then you look at the shots, 4-3 to Bechem United. It was a good game for them, but then unfortunately their biggest problem came back hunting.
Again, it's going to be a chucking.